first series of the day. Still, that elimination game between NRG and Leviatán here, and NRG is up one map.
That's right. What's at stake here is whoever loses this one, it's pretty much out there. They have no more chances for champs. Leviatán have to make top 2. If NRG are able to topple Leviatán, it's a race between them, 100 Thieves and Cloud9, which will happen after this series. All tied up in points for circuit points for the last 3 aforementioned teams.
Yeah.
But focusing in this second map, Leviatán looking for that orb control denial, or orb denial control over towards that A main. Interesting 1-3-1-2. It's a turret that's trying to find some early information on top belt or even the front of 410. And you're going to try to delay here for the side of Som, and the rest are trying. I thought they were going to try to flank, but they're already rotating back. 4 players towards screens.
Mata's getting a very comfortable position here, already pushed up a lot. He's going to meet the turret though. Tech stays back far enough. They're going to waterfall into the site from the top side here and still have Mata as insurance if any of this goes sideways. Oh, so sneaky. Ethan just slows it down a moment to make it work on Com, and Tex falls to Brock as that is a quick defuse for NRG. They continue their dominance.
A rough luck, especially as we've been praising the high pistol round rates coming out from Leviatán. Losing 2 crucial ones in this series so far. One to try to bring back the momentum for the second map, and one just to stay alive on the first map. But I am expecting now with this double slice composition from both the Harbor and the Viper that you're probably going to look to brawl within these sides here for both teams. 5 of them now for Leviatán again, just trying to get back towards this A side. Nobody watching flanks this time around, not even a turret to watch that side. It's going to be placed probably a little bit deeper into A, so they could commit a little bit further into the site.
Take flight. Oh, okay, they get some turret behind them. They'll be able to watch their defense now. It's going to be that push forward right side. We saw the pings at the beginning of the round going all the way through. They want to get to the back of the site, so they don't get waterfalled on too hard. They can't give up that positioning, and Sam just gets Okeanos through the wall. He knows how the Harbor's played. He knows how this flows, and it's just going to be one more shot from Ethan to capitalize on a second round.
It's just an interesting wall being thrown by Leviatán. Instead of slicing vision all the way back from screens into spawn, you're just bringing it across here. So you're probably trying to cover yourself from 410 and also anybody playing towards the top of A tower. So at least you could guarantee a plant. But it took some time to get in there, and Okeanos made a sidestep trying to plant. Easily heard by just NRG closing that gap, taking advantage of Leviatán's slice wall, and just spramming through the smoke, and they get no value out of that for Levy.
They're going to push forward here. They want to go for the throat to start off this round.
Yeah. You got 4 players there, and Som's playing long distance with the Outlaw, so I respect the fight that NRG wants to bring in their bonus round.
Oh my gosh, and Lev's looking up for a dart there. You could see just kind of strafing into position. Nobody really had aim on NRG members, but they were a step ahead. And now they're a player ahead on this one. Okay, never mind. That's a shot from Com apparently into the nest on Brock, just seeing a little bit, but enough to even this one up. A push here from Sam. Another trade.
Yeah, and the first person that he hits is the only one that didn't have full armor, so it's an instant kill and also hits the 140 onto Tex.
One enemy remaining.
Sam's just feeling it on all agents, and Ethan's in a prime spot.
Oh, he waited just long enough for King to commit to the rope too. You can't make it up. He just knows what needs to happen to get these rounds.
Things are continuing to hurt here for Leviatán. Now wall thrown by the Harbor just to cover all the belts so they could even take control of jail. So you have 2 different angles that you're watching from. The main fight in the front of 410 towards spawn, and then from jail to really help out. Ethan gets so many kills out of that, at least some great support.
Nice Red Bull clutch there. And see, they've carried now the bonus. And Lev is struck for money here. They get tagged up pretty good by a shock dart just to start this round too.
Yeah. Right now, I'm not too sure if you want to invest here the Reckoning for the side of NRG to guarantee rounds, because so far just the position and the way that they're working the map is already good enough for the side of NRG. They know, of course, Leviatán's on an eco. Min-maxing with the orb, as you heard. Nice little utility to stall him back. Nobody's able to clock towards yellow outside of the dash.
Spike down, B.
Yeah, there's no ground control being taken.
No. Not like that.
It's more ground control. We have a problem.
Yeah, instantly stalled out on that. And I think NRG's in that confidence mode, right? They have a ton of bank. They can make some choices. They can throw away, not throw away a few buys, but make a few plays to get in the head of LEV even more. Still be okay if they have to rebuy it. So you get into that position with a little bit of room to work with, and you can use it against your opponents that much more.
Just have a lot of confidence coming out here from the side of NRG. It's not too much reaction coming through, but it just feel like they're confident. And this is important. And that's what I wanted to see a couple of rounds ago. Should I say on Ascent when they had those 4 ults that, you know, Sideshow had a nice little breakdown of why didn't we use those. And I think it was the lack of that timeout from Desmo to talk about what they could do in terms of leveraging. What's the next step as soon as you're able to take site? You get the basics down, but then what are the next things you want to use into the post plan? But not utilizing that to converse with the team. Well, you saw the result towards the end. 13-2 on that first half. This is not the way you want Leviatán to go out as. But it's also been the story for the side of Leviatán, bouncing up and down. There's only maybe a 2-game winning streak that they've had this whole stage in the second half with the additions of and the changes that they've done in their roster. What happened last time? They had a victory against Crew.
Yeah.
The comeback game, and now a one-sided affair so far for NRG.
They gotta stop Ethan. One more kill right now, and we'll have the same amount of kills as every member on Leviatán. That's how much they're shutting down Lev at this point. He's 7-0. Let's see what they can do to move themselves forward. Lev with a lot of guns here. They're actually just gonna rip the ult right off.
Trying to push Tex back, or Som back, sorry. It's good enough, but you definitely know that they have the reckoning for the retake for the side of Leviatán. And there's Som in this position, get a pick. Enabled another big ult for NRG to utilize for the retake as well. At least they got a player inserted. You have Tex inside kitchen, but oh no, he's gonna get spotted now by the reckoning.
He's got a lot to move, still able to trade one. Good position when under pressure, or good result when under pressure like that. Backing up, just quickly checking the rear. King's pretty far away from the fight, but it doesn't matter. Sato is able to clean up a few kills as they try to enter from the high side of the site. And now they just have to fend off Brock and Ethan. It's going to be tough onto Brock, apparently. But they have knowledge, they have that ping, and they still have insurance coming in from the flank. Brock waiting, almost a knee shot onto Com. Nice job to waste time there. Looks like he'll save his Vandal out of this. Already has Hunter's Fury for next round. Oh, are they going to be able to get him on the cross? Nah, he keeps it safe. Lev, pick up a round. It costs a bit of the team, but that's exactly what they need to be, is right on the board.
That's why even King was falling back. He really wants to save his weapon going to the next round. I mean, NRG converted 4 rounds in a row, so hunting the last kill wouldn't make sense in the POV of the IGL. But I think this was the key thing on the side of Leviatán. Despite Tex being spawned inside the kitchen, there were multiple players inserted in different spots around the map because of the reckoning that kind of pushed Som away from that B site. So you have to re-clear. You don't have too much information. The reckoning was already towards kitchen, so it doesn't really get the full audio cues back into the B site. Lev had prime spots in the post plant. So that phase 2 after the timeout worked out. Yeah,
it's a big timeout there. A lot of Desmo's results with Lev have been a successful result after those TOs. They go back to a pretty standard strat. They've been running this and they were stalled. Lev was
triple flank.
Yeah, they're gonna get triple flanked here as they get pushed back by the lockdown. They have to be ready for the full face. Everybody's swinging out at the same time, but it's not gonna matter. The bite, the Hunter's Fury, everything picking up damage and helping to get kills here in favor of NRG.
I know Kianos is low. This is another scenario where unfortunately they won't be able to save their weapons.
Wow, they got obliterated and they didn't even get to push their own strat. They got pushed into NRG strat almost immediately, Vance.
Yeah. No, those are small things too. When they're triple flanking in the back of the A side, you utilize one of the Phantoms to actually break the turret so you don't let them know that there's somebody watching that line with the op. And Mata has not been missing. in this series so far. You combine that with Snake Bite, Hunter's Fury, instant ping, instant death from the spit.
That's wild.
The utility game is continuing to be immaculate here for NRG.
And that after a round where they consider LEV just pushed all up mid to go and use Harbor all towards B. So they're like, no, let's push up mid this time. You know, it's just thinking inside of LEV's head. Inside the mind of your opponent, if you will. NRG 5-1 now. As they just continue to read LEV around the map.
It's another one of those hits of, let's just try to get that plant down here towards that B site. We have everything to help us out here. Double walls with a cove. We just got to cross that line first. Break the util. It's a drone instead, so you might still be able to delay now for the side of NRG, and it works out. Scuba just tremendous with his anchoring hole today.
Brock there as well. Talk a few more up for the rookies here on the side of NRG as Brock continues to fight through the wall, but the Tracers give him away. And the spike gets planted, looked like under Cove there for protection.
I was gonna say they have double ult here, which is actually quite good, but they still only have pistols in the pulse plant.
One by Mata, another by Sam. Quickly moving it in. Oh, that's gonna go through, so they're gonna get half on this one and look for something else. King walking around, the right click, he needs it to hit. Oh, so many walls, so many instances you think you're gonna see your opponents. And then when you do, they're both just staring you straight in the face. NRG picks up another round now, 6-1. Holding LEV short of grabbing these rounds in an incredible manner.
That would have been an amazing clutch once again of King with the pistol against rifles, because the last two players are inside the cove. They're decaying slowly but surely inside that pit. They're one shot.
Nice.
And Mata hits that.
Nice job. That's low-key scary.
You don't know what's going on.
You have to react quickly as soon as a person walks into the cove, and I mean, like I said, Mata, he's not missing right now.
I think we saw from LEV yesterday as well. A lot of the rounds that they were able to swing the game around in were big rounds from King. Calm coming up huge, Sato with a few, Tex with a few, and Mata doesn't stop as he gets one more. Expect it to be a few this round as he's going to set up on the high ground now as they get away from this ultimate with the op and reset for A control.
Yeah, and a brand new look. Mata pushing a different angle, surprising another player. And once they go for the retake, well, he's got the Blade Storm to work with. Trying to cancel out the plant. Util, I'm pretty sure there was util, counter util coming through to not allow Calm to really get the plant right away.
Planted.
They managed to get it down. Double flank one more time here for NRG. Yeah, dropping like flies one more time.
Oh yeah, all being in sight makes very tough for LEV. You have to have your head on a swivel. You're always checking a secondary angle. You need to be able to rely on somebody else having that angle. Okeanos and King grab a few of their own, but his shoulder peaks, so his head gets torn off by Mata. No bite here.
It's not planted for him.
Gonna have to be a full peek. Still around the corner. It's actually under box, not even on rope. And Mata grabs a 3K on that round. 7-1 now for NRG as they cruise along here on Icebox.
Put your @ThisSphere up in Sliggy's chat. But man, look at Mata one more time. It's just a full highlight reel for this man. He didn't even leverage the Blade Storm. They didn't even need to use Mata to be the first guy entering in to create space for the fun retake to happen, just because you have, again, beautiful double flames coming through from NRG's side.
This is like a full NRG flow state right here. I don't think any other teams want to face this at this point. Want to see if they can continue to carry it on here through Icebox. It doesn't seem like they're even giving LEV a chance in these moments.
The first time that we're not really seeing the aggression from NRG on the A side. That timing.
Oh, lockdown's there. They're ready to double face mid. Mata's able to catch it on the Sheriff walk forward. And yeah, Calm and the rest of the team know they have to activate now. They lost control of mid, they lost control of their flank, and it's got to be a site take with aggression.
Already pinged one out as well. The stall was perfect with the different setup, having Sam with the double nanos on the A side. Now you delay even more. Everybody is now set up for NRG for the flood retake. This time, thankfully, though, Mata doesn't have the Blade Storm to work with.
Looking to double face. Oh, no flashes to get in, so you get the Cloudburst smoke to come through. Very nicely done. NRG gets the angles they want based off a little bit of utility. from Mata on that lower side, but Calm can pull one back in their favor here. A 7-5 doesn't look too bad if Lev can start to string things together. And that's the start of the story for Lev.
That's one of the things you can kind of need to get rolling here for the side of Leviatán. Remember their game against Crew 2, it wasn't always rainbows and unicorns. You did need some players to step up and get these highlight reels to start motivating the team that it's doable. Doesn't matter how many rounds we're behind. Once you start getting these clutches,
get 5.
like
Let's go, boys. Come on.
So are you talking about to the team?
Fight for the chance. Let's go.
There you go. And then if you actually look at the rest, if they start mustering up these rounds, definitely Sato's going to get loud. Okeano's going to start standing up.
Yeah.
And you don't want that to start happening from the side of NRG.
You need that addictive energy because silence is also chaos. It can be it can spread just as fast. So you need that energy. You need that volume. That's the guy to bring it. Satos and Okeanos. All right, they move towards B. Looks like they're going to set up as a death ball here.
Similar pastures too, leveraging a Phantom to break the turret so that Mana could still watch that line. This time pivoting back towards this B side, still a good read because it just hurt Sato's dash towards yellow.
No charges left.
Oh, yeah, they know they're deep into sight with that peek. Mata just needs a quick flick onto Sato to get a jet diff on that one, and Scuba's there to answer. They know Tex is in a bad spot, concussed up now as they're just moving forward, picking Lev apart. As they answer, look at this, just W. Holding W for NRG to take out their opponent on this.
No chance to even get a plant down.
No.
And it starts with Mana just flicking for these kills. It's so very similar to what Sato was able to display in so many of these games. Right now you're seeing the AWP being a crutch right now for Leviatán. Gotta find a way to stop him, and it's interesting because again you're looking at this comp. Leviatán's playing double slice. There's so much util with this harbor to try to block that line that Mana brings with the AWP, and he's still finding openings. Now Outlaw AWP, similar of what we've seen from NRG and on Ascent, where they're just trying to leverage long distance again, and knowing that a couple of these players, if not all of them, are one-shotable.
They have to use everything for each quadrant. It's like, how many takes and retakes do they have to use before they get to the site? So they have no utility when they get here. Put the dash in and use themselves. The drone goes up. They're going to have to only have this forward part of it, but they're going to fight for it right away. Ooh, just unscoped. Mata's going to finally go down in a situation, but Lev need to work off this right now. They need to use the advantage, but the guns, they just aren't there. And NRG fires down from that high elevation to make it a 2v1 situation now as Tex, he's going to start backing up to try and just create this model effect for himself to get the 1v1, but they know where he is. And that'll be even tougher now that they have the little bit of a high-low situation going on. 9-2 here for NRG. Do they go for a repeat 10-2? That's crazy.
Definitely looks like it. And Brock somehow still got good value from the top of that bridge in the B site, despite Okeanos' ult coming through from the Reckoning. I don't know if Oki didn't backpedal when he threw the ult, so it was actually going by very quickly. And they give a chance here
Brock,
for just exactly for Brock to get in a great spot.
In the server.
Yeah. Prime Brock is scary.
It's Broctagon.
It is the Broctagon. You don't want to be in there right now. It's getting sweaty. All right, 10-2 is the possibility again. That's what we saw NRG do to Lev on Ascent and just from the defensive position. So again, we're seeing that brick wall come into effect for NRG.
And that's hits Calm. It could have been a good takedown because that's the only ult that Lev brings into the last round of the half. He's already pinged once, moving back with the team, and a Hail Mary to now hit towards this A site.
They hit slowly, but methodically. They're together. Not once have they all gone left side. They still feel comfortable going to the right here for Lev. They're going to get themselves into position. It's resulted in the same thing. NRG getting themselves up top to Waterfall, a few at screens, and that site retake. How does Lev change it up this time?
Big fight coming up from the flank. It's Calm against Monty. Needs to stay alive for this ult.
They trade for a moment, but back up as the pit goes down inside sight after the plant, so a little bit more ground controlled. Okeanos levels out Sam, which is a huge frag considering his impact so far throughout the series. Okeanos levels another one, and it's Mata this time. The Sheriff, huge for him as Brock fires into the smoke. The reload used by Tex to get the upper hand with the Stinger. Oh, the shorty's always gonna win out on the jump forward there. Sam playing Ethan playing hopscotch on Tex. And they're just going back and forth right now. It's gonna be Ethan though in the chaos. The last shorty to get the kill, and another 10-2 half by NRG.
So when is the next patch coming for the shorty?
Oh, soon enough.
But the chaos in a double pit too. I mean, I still like the pivot that Leviatán did. When Calm was getting pressured here by Mata, he's the one falling into the pit because they can play triple stingers inside of that King ult.
Yeah.
And then you utilize Oki to watch that flank. He wins this fight, that's perfect. But then you have these guys just still in full control.
Crazy stuff. Another 10-2. Will Lev be able to pull something together? We'll see when we come back from the break. We are back for NRG versus Leviatán here. Icebox second half, but Lev faced the same results here, down by 8, and they have to string together a miracle to keep themselves alive here in playoffs. The pressure is on for everyone on that side, as it just seems like NRG is able to ride above the pressure throughout this series.
We'll see right now for Leviatán in the first half. I mean, Sato a little bit quiet, but I feel it's also because of the double controller blocking the lines. He's also not having enough util to help him out for the attack. So hopefully now, let their opponents come towards him. And Leviatán could start bringing things back, starting with the pistol round. Double walls coming through both harbors, expelling those here towards the A site. Starting to get quick now, as Leviatán's already looking to fight.
Fake dash, kind of. They want to get the commitment out of the backside, and they're just going to have shots everywhere. Wait a minute, a flawless is going to happen here. With the rush forward, Sato's going to have to run over with the Sheriff, and he's already fined out in the mini garage. Ooh, finds Scuba. He goes for a swim, but he'll be back next round, as it's still going to be NRG bringing it 11-2, just like that.
The pistol round percentage once again going down for the side of Leviatán. Potentially the final pits around of their stage. Potentially now having to go back into a force buy. What a nice little lurk and push up here from Sam. Even he doesn't believe himself at how good he's playing today.
Been playing for a few days here. Had a turnaround hit yesterday or a few rounds ago.
Exactly, he played the best game so far of that stage yesterday, and now Sato finally finds an opening. Closing in with the barrel of the Bucky, but gets denied by Snakebite.
Closed out there. And NRG currently keeping every member of LEV off of double-digit kills. It's just across the board. The team has leveled up, come online for playoffs now, exactly when they need to. And making a lower bracket run look that much more promising for this squad here.
Leviatán, after losing Sato, are thinking, oh, okay, well, they have to be moving towards this B site because they know we're on a force buy. We've lost our weapons. We have a forward entry or a forward position from Sato with that bucket to cut that line. And they read incorrectly, so NRG has now the first step into the A site and a surprise attack too. Preemptively now moving on the top of the rafters and going for a plant. So this time it's Scuba into the deadly position that Som just did a couple of rounds ago.
They're just playing the timings. The wall drops and all the kills come through. They know exactly how each round is going to turn out, it looks like.
Match point.
NRG do it again. They bring it to match point here. And they have to be feeling good with how this is going to push them forward with the momentum that they're able to show here, and just do it to Ascent and Icebox as well. Their map pool is quite big. Otherwise, they still have the Corrode that they play quite strong on, so things are looking good here.
Even pushing towards a spawn.
NRG do it again. They bring it to match.
Hey, he full gave up. Wait, why did he give up?
I love how Bonkar has been smiling since the first map.
Of course. Man's just going to be rolling over timeouts into the next game at this point.
Unfortunately, at this rate, maybe no more next games for Leviatán. Already losing Tex in the very beginning. And it's only Mata. He's the one watching the flank here from Belt. All of them congregated towards that B main, and it's the turret that helps Ethan to get the pick.
They wait. They still have the upper hand, and they're just allowing LEV to get themselves into position. They say, you know what? Wait for everything. We're going to hit it max. And they get to the site with 1 minute left here. Com will be the first one to approach the situation. And oh my God, the up-down flick, kind of nasty. Actually, 2 flick towards the pocket there.
That was a triple swing.
Yeah, great choice by him in a very indecisive moment of how many people to shoot. Com comes up big and leaves the 2v3 here that LEV have to battle through or otherwise face the elimination. 10 for Ethan. He's trying to play on the outside to listen for those shots so that he can lock one of them down. A second one down. NRG will take the win in 2 and eliminate Leviatán.
NRG continuing to look in prime form. Remember I mentioned this, it was kind of like a G2 at home kind of story where their first week they faltered to the Thieves but won every single of their other games in the Omega group. And of course, you're always going to try to compare Omega versus Alpha of the type of opponents that you have. But they're definitely displaying now in the playoffs with Stage 2 that they could still take down the top dogs.
And it's different people showing up. You said Som, we saw Som going off the other day. Ethan was going off today. Mata had 3 aces versus MIBR. Nothing to scoff at there. Brock showing up today. 303 ACS on the Sova for Icebox. Didn't even have any first bloods, was just getting into the mix during the round, delivering the initiator utility and being behind his teammates. To see how the rookies are playing Scuba on Ascent at B, it's been crazy for NRG with the way this squad has worked out in late stage of the season.
And that's the thing, it's not just on Mata go kill and Mata tip of the spear and all that too. It really looked like every single one of these players are pulling their weight and they're looking a lot more composed, no more individual of like, 1 week it's gonna be Brock, 1 week it's gonna be Scuba. Every single one of them actually even went full force on Icebox. Just beautiful anchoring play. The